Dream Team Tonic, and it's live.
Hello and welcome to the Dream Team Tonic Deadline stream ahead of game week 27. Another Friday deadline. We hate them. How you doing?
Boo!
You all good?
Oh, yeah, I'm all right.
Nice and chill?
Yeah, so I'm all locked in, unlike you. You've got some rough choices ahead.
I'm cool as a cucumber, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Honestly, these Friday deadlines bring out the worst in me. But hope everyone in the chat is doing all right. Yeah, drop a like, subscribe if you're not already. The chat is subscribers only, so we're trying to reach 3,000 subscribers. So yeah, drop us a comment, subscribe to the channel. But we'll start bashing through some questions ahead of the 6:30 deadline. We've got the captaincy poll up as well on stream. And it's not what I want to see. It's not what I want to see.
You're going to be forced.
Yeah. I've been deciding on. I don't have Szoboszlai in my team. I've got no real way of getting him in my team. So I kind of hope maybe people won't cap him that much. But 51% look like they're giving him the armband out of 126 votes so far. So I'm going to be forced to play a defensive move, get him in, and get a real shitter in defence to compensate. But yeah, less about my
danger if you don't go there now.
Yeah, I think so. I'm bricking it now. Right, the dream's over of rolling. We're going to quickly take a few questions from the Discord, and we've got a super chat as well from Chris. So we'll do the super chat first. Cheers, Chris. Hi guys, Thiago to Ekatike, Bruno to Szoboszlai, leaves midfield of Gordon, Semenyo, Szoboszlai, Rice, and strikers are Haaland, Salah, Ekatike. Not sure if too many Liverpool or who to captain. You're going to be on free Liverpool attack, aren't you? Or the same free that he's got?
Yeah, Salah, Ekatike, and sub. Yeah, I think free is completely fine for next coming weeks.
What are you thinking with that free? Do you think that's going to be a long-term thing, or can you see yourself maybe binning one after next week? Next week's home Spurs, who, I mean, you could probably go 5 attackers against them. Would be nice.
I might go 4 attackers at least. No, I don't know, but they've got. I think it was Ian Parring on the last podcast who said that it was Liverpool and Arsenal who've got like a really good run for quite a while. I could see myself sticking with them for quite a bit. They're a good goal scoring team. I don't see a problem with it. I'm
looking at probably having that same front three as well after today's so Salah, Ekatike, Szoboszlai. Yeah, I think do those moves looks good to me with that. They might not all start. We're going to keep an eye on X to see if any leaks come through. The FA Cup, I'm pretty sure the FA Cup lineups are out a little bit later than what the Premier League ones are now. Do you know the Premier League got moved back a bit, didn't they?
Yeah, I think we're waiting for it on another podcast, another deadline stream, won't we? And it just didn't come up at an hour 15.
Yeah, I would go for it. Look like good moves. Thank you very much as well for the.
Yeah, I like it.
For the super chat, and yeah, on captaincy. Are you cards close to your chest? Is Dad watching?
I'm going to have to be careful. I'll tell you all a minute before. We'll spice it up a minute, and then if my dad's watching, he got a mad rush to try and block me.
Szoboszlai leading the poll with 49% of the vote at the moment out of 179. Do you think that's going to be reflecting the entire game, or do you think this is going to be our sort of online?
I think it'll be very split. I think it could be another week where we've got like 3 players on about 25% and then a few outliers. I don't think one player is going to carry it all.
I think so. One of those perfect pie charts that we see.
Yeah.
A few on Twitter that got shared, and I'm in a few group chats that got shared. It was kind of like 25, 25, 30. It was just kind of split like that. So I'm currently on Haaland, I think, but I can see the appeal in Szoboszlai, which is why I think I'm going to at least get him in now. Diamond from the Discord. Would you take a Martinelli punt or get Gordon in for potentially a guaranteed double?
I'm boring me. I'm going to say Gordon. I think he'll start both. I think he's against two high lines. It's Newcastle's cup of tea high line. I think Gordon's going to be perfect for it, running through at middle, and I think on penalties, he's a really good option. Where Martinelli, he'll get the one nice start probably against Wrexham, but I like your 180 minutes rather than a start, possible sub around 80th, and then another 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't really like the punt on Martinelli, to be honest. I know it's probably the last time to do this sort of FA Cup punt against a smaller team, but I don't know.
You have to take them back out as well straight away. I don't like pushing myself into that corner where Gordon you can keep again.
Yeah, I'm not even 100% sure that it will be Martinelli that's the left winger. Like, I think it will be, but Martinelli's had a bit of the Gordons about him, and he's been doing better in the Champions League than he has sort of the Premier League. So, yeah I think it's a toss up between him and Trossard, really. If I was taking a punt on a European player, I prefer Neto. I just got a feeling Neto done well against Hull, didn't he? And he was suspended the last Prem game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would go Gordon. I think he's going to play too. And I didn't put him in the captaincy poll, but I think he's a shout for captaincy, to be honest, as a differential.
You're quite popular in the Discord polls.
Yeah, I can only do 4 options on the poll, so just about didn't make it. Right. Anyone think that Ekatike? Oh no, that's from last week. Sorry, Roberto. Is it insane to take Haaland out or not? I think you were chatting to Roberto earlier, wasn't you?
Yeah, I think it's insane unless like you're out of the top 5k and you're just going for something crazy to try and get back into it, or you're really skint. Like I was seeing one of the members at Discord earlier. He's got a team value of like 49 million. Really towing. You think you're skint? He's very skint.
Yeah, but I think I'm broke with like 55.3.
Yeah, he's got less than the actual starting budget. So in those circumstances, I don't think it's insane. But if you don't have to do it, I don't see why you would, because he's that high owned. It could just end your season in 1 week.
Yeah, and we've seen it time and time again. I think that's why I like Haaland as a captaincy punt as well. There's always these weeks where we kind of just drift slightly off him, and then he comes back and bites us. So yeah, I wouldn't, unless you're completely skint and need to do something a bit different. Lee Doc, absolutely flying. Lee, was he 5th? Did he say overall?
Yeah, I think so. No, he's like broke into the top 10.
Doesn't need our help. But the next 2 weeks, Salah or Sarr out for Szoboszlai, and then Virgil van Dijk, Ait Nouri or Frimpong in for Hall. So we'll start with the first one because that's one that's applying a bit to my team. We got the Sarr points. Well, I did. You didn't. We got the Sarr points last night. Obviously, that made me want to keep him a little bit, but as you said, I might be taking him out for Szoboszlai now. What would you do out of this? Would you take out Salah or Sarr for Szoboszlai?
Seeing as he surged over the next 2 weeks, I'd actually take out Salah over Sarr because right, they're both on penalties, and I do think Salah's got a good chance of being benched. So it could be 3 games versus 3 games. And I fancy Palace's fixtures a bit more. And Salah looks like he's got a little bit more about him than Salah at the minute, who looks really bad, but we're just hoping he gets something because of the fixtures.
Yeah. I
And
feel
you get
it
a
little
price
bit.
rise. Money makes the world go round. You don't want to be skint.
Yeah, I'm finding that, but I'm keeping Salah and selling Sarr. I think reluctantly. I do think he's an okay hold. Yeah, for the reasons that you've mentioned. They did only beat Larnaca 1-0. Sorry, Larnaca beat them 1-0.
Yeah, Larnaca did beat them, but they might want revenge. They might go
Maybe.
all guns blazing, want 5 past them.
You don't just think it was the Spurs effect.
Well, Dr. Spurs has fixed them now.
Yeah, I don't think I want to go into that Spurs game next week without Salah.
Yeah, I also agree with that. I don't think you can go wrong with Salah or Sarr out. Knowing how luck works, whichever one you get rid of is probably the one who's going to do really well. I'd just go with your gut in that instinct.
And then what do you reckon on this one? So best Hall replacement, Virgil van Dijk, Ait Nori, or Frimpong, or Canvo, or Chalobah.
You threw me off with camera or Chalobah. I was trying to see why you're reading that. In that situation, I'm going to go with Ait Nori. But it's close between him and Van Dijk because I feel like Van Dijk's going to get 4 out of 4, where Ait Nori could get bench. I just like the fact that Ait Nori is a bit of a steady kicker and he doesn't necessarily need reclaim the points. I don't believe Van Dijk's going to score every week. But as we've seen sometimes before in the past, they do keep scoring every week.
Yeah, it's like that's a sound effect I need to add. It can't go on like this, but it can. Happens before. Yeah, I prefer Ait Nori, to be honest, out of those. If you can go Hall up to Ait Nori, I think that looks all right. I don't think it's out of the question that Virgil van Dijk gets a rest. He's played like so many matches.
He doesn't get many rests, but I feel like because they've just fluffed it against Wolves as well, I feel like they're just going to play the captain.
Yeah. And then walkingfootball.com, would you say Ekatike is a no-brainer in for Sarr this week?
I like it if you're looking long-term, but I don't think you have to do it. You could just roll that move, but I do think Ekatike is another one of those where he might get benched in the upcoming game tonight.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? Yeah, I do think that he could be saved for Champions League and Premier League. I think he's been benched for the last 2 rounds of the FA Cup as well, Ekatike.
Yeah, especially when he's the only fit striker as well.
It's just one of them, though, isn't it? He's playing the ownership game as well. Like Ekatike's at 63%, and people are going to see the fixtures and probably keep buying him, aren't they?
I think a few people are talking about captaining him.
Yeah, that's when we couldn't put all the Liverpool players in there, but I've seen people mention Salah as the captain, Ekatike as the captain, and Szoboszlai this week. So yeah, I don't think Salah's a bad hold. Like I was considering holding him and just rolling to 4, but I think I've got to get Szoboszlai, unfortunately, and then wreck my team. Last one, and then it's on to the YouTube. So DT Philip, Rogers out for either Tonali, Pedro, or Ekatike. You got a strong opinion on João Pedro, haven't you?
I don't like him. Whenever I own him, he doesn't get any points. But the minute he's playing like the best striker in the world.
But you've not owned the Rossinia Pedro.
No, true. I don't think I have anyway. Can't remember what's happening. Rogers out for Tonali, Pedro, Ekatike. You can scrap Tonali. I don't think he should be in the same conversation as Pedro or Ekatike.
That's coming from a Newcastle fan.
No, just because he's not going to get you a 20 to 30 point haul. I like players who are going to get like 20 to 30 points, possibly. Ekatike, just because he might start. I really don't see Pedro starting Wrexham.
No, I think Ekatike as well. To be honest, again, looking at next week as well, Like, if you get him in, I think you're keeping him for next week.
Yeah.
Spurs, target Spurs. Send them down. Right. YouTube. From late evening, guys, not sure if to bring in Saka or Haaland or keep Haaland and swap Pickford to Alisson. I listened to a Liverpool pod earlier. That's how sad I am, trying to find out what the lineup will be and stuff. But they actually thought that Alisson may not start this one. What do you reckon about goalkeeper moves this week?
It's one I haven't really thought about because I've got Raya and I'm just letting him rot. Just keep him there all season. Pickford to Alisson's an upgrade. Is Alisson definitely going to play though? Because might we not start like a second keeper or whatever?
I just think that every good keeper is probably going to play one game this week, aren't they?
Yeah.
I feel like you need Haaland. Oh, was he talking about swapping Haaland here?
I don't know. It's confusing.
Bring in Saka or Haaland, or keep Haaland.
Yeah, so it says like bring in Haaland, but then also keep Haaland.
Have Haaland. Have Haaland.
Haaland over Alisson.
Peter Taylor, come on Irons. Currently on a 3-man defence. Gabriel, Timber and Hall. Best option to add Gehi, Nunes or Van Dijk. I'm guessing he can't get Aït-Nouri there.
I thought Aït-Nouri was a bit cheaper than Nunes.
He's cheaper than Van Dijk.
Yeah.
He's more than Nunes, I'm pretty sure.
All right, yeah, but he's definitely cheaper than Van Dijk.
Unless he's already got him, maybe. I prefer Nunes. Van Dijk's too expensive, in my opinion. Maybe if you've got tons of money. But Gehi doesn't play the Carabao Cup final.
Out of them three, I'm going Van Dijk. But going off of the fact that I've got 3-man defence, Gabby, Timber and Hall, I kind of feel like they can go Aït-Nouri. In that case, I'd go Aït-Nouri or Van Dijk. But Nunes isn't a bad option. I just feel like he's benchable.
I just have bad experience of
he's another one who's choked me, Nunes.
Frustrating.
Van Dijk's annoying.
But yeah, in goal scoring form though.
I'd go Van Dijk out of those three though, without adding my own player.
Do you think Ekitike will be rested tonight? Thinking of swapping Salah for him. I wouldn't move Salah to Ekitike unless you really needed that money. Yeah,
it's a budget move, isn't it? You do it if you're in desperate need of funds. If not, you don't touch that.
Just feels like one of them ones, and it's why I don't want to do it. Like I could swap Salah to Szoboszlai, but I just feel like Liverpool are going to be decent for 2 weeks. I feel like whichever one you take out, you're at risk. It's going to bite you.
Yeah, I agree with that. I won't want to do it.
Another keeper change. There's loads of keeper changes here. Who's coming out? So if swapping keeper, who would you choose? Rare is obvious, but might only play 4 times in 4 weeks. No FA Cup and Carabao. I was chatting to someone about that earlier. Actually, GB Fantasy Football. I was chatting to him earlier, and I think Arteta will snake Kepa for the final and play Raya. But that's only my opinion.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I know it would be a horrible thing to do, but I think Raya might play the final. What would you do if you're going in for a keeper this week?
I'd go Raya. I'd go Raya, but I also like Alisson. He's just, I think, 0.7 more. That's a lot for a keeper. So if you've got loads of money, Alisson. If you've not got loads of money, then Raya.
Yeah, I still prefer Raya. They just look a little bit sus at the back, I think, Liverpool. As seen against West Ham and Wolves. Putting in Aït-Nouri and Neto this week, taking out Bruno and Dan Burn. Any thoughts? Hopefully should play both games as they have previously.
I like that. You even mentioned Neto earlier.
Yeah, I don't think it's guaranteed that he plays 2. They've got plenty of options. They could just play, I don't know, play Garnacho again, for example, and then bench Garnacho for the PSG game. But the only thing is if Neto's on the naughty step for the red card, but I think
surely not when like 9 separate players have had a red card from this season.
Yeah, you can't have the whole team on the naughty step, can you? Like, yeah.
You might only get 1 game apiece from those 2 players, but I don't mind the gamble. I think they're both decent picks for this week.
Yeah, on that as well, his second question was, what about Haaland? Who's keeping him? If so, was he number 1 taken out? Let's double check this now.
It was about 2 hours ago.
Games Hub, top transfers.
He's dropped to 3rd most out.
3rd most transferred out. Do you think that's people are skint like me, but they're taking Haaland out and having a balanced team, whereas I'm thinking of taking Hall out and bringing in
It might be people feeling pressure of the mini leagues now. We're seeing he keeps getting like 2 points. A bit dodgy. They might only think he plays 1 this week.
Trying to go
might
differential.
be trying to go for a big push. I think a few people are going to take him out, but I feel like majority of people, like you're going to look at top 1K ownership. I still think Haaland's going to be like over 95% easily.
Yeah, I feel like there's better ways to go different than to take out the best player consistently for 3 seasons, in my opinion. But yeah, and the captaincy poll is up for that. Just Callum, £2 super chat. Thank you, mate. Is Saliba a hold? I would sell Saliba personally. I don't think he'll play. Well, he's not going to play Mansfield. If he wasn't fit enough for Brighton, I don't think he'll play Mansfield. And we don't know how. They said it wasn't serious. But
yeah, I'm with the Tonic Gooner. Just follow his opinion.
I think you'll be annoyed. I think you'll be annoyed if you keep him. I think you'll be annoyed if you keep him and he doesn't play at all. So yeah, I probably would sell him unless there's some really, really good move that you're wanting to do and you don't want to do a defender move this week. But if I had him, I would sell him this week. What price is he as well? 4.3. Like, just do him down to Timber if you haven't got Timber. I know Timber's probably only going to play 1, but he's going to go up 0.3. I'll just do that. Evening, lads. Do we think Thiago plays against West Ham? From Was Allen. Super chat as well. Thank you, mate.
I'm under the impression he won't, just because of the minutes he's been getting in all other stages. But I'm no Brentford expert. He could. It's getting to later stages now.
Yeah, didn't play the Macclesfield game after the double game week of Newcastle and Arsenal.
I think there was a stronger team he didn't play either. I'm not too sure. I swear there was a stronger team where I thought he would play and he didn't.
Didn't play Sheffield Wednesday. Didn't play Man City in the Carabao Cup quarterfinals. And that was a single game week before it. Oh, no, it wasn't. No, it was in a double game week. Yeah, I think if you're not going to go for it against Man City, like...
You're not going to go for it against West Ham.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to play. Maybe he makes the bench, but... Yeah, I think I'd try and move it on, possibly. It's one of them, and it could backfire, but as long as you're picking a good option, it's fine. Right. Phil is frightened to death of making transfers after last week's disaster. He took out Pedro, Sarr, and Palmer for Tom, Dick, and Harry. Got to try and rectify it. Might have a punt on Tonali and captain him.
Oh.
What's the word in betting where it's just like you're doubling down? I wouldn't double down. Like Tonali captain.
I think you're going to get 2 starts, but like, what are you actually hoping for? He's a defensive midfielder. You're hoping for like another game where he gets like a dodgy 2 goals.
Like there's a week here where Haaland's at 20%. Szoboszlai's at 47%. Semenyo's at 20%. If you get the right swing on a really good option.
Yeah, I feel like captaincy's that wide open. You just go for someone a bit better. You could go for Haaland and have a nice big swing.
Yeah, like say it's I wouldn't cap him. I won't cap him, Phil. But Phil went for our advice last week, and it went terribly. So go to Gnarly, trust your gut. Hope you're good, man. Steve Ricks already got Szoboszlai taking out Watkins and Munoz for Ait Nouri, and either Neto, Martinelli, or Eza. Can't decide. I've already said I prefer Neto as the punt. Oh, but he's already got Enzo and Caicedo.
Oh, I don't think I'd go triple Chelsea, especially not with the Wrexham game. I'd be tempted. Well, I think it has to be one of Martinelli or Eze there. I wouldn't want Neto on top of Enzo and Caicedo. I'd go Martinelli. Do you think Eze will play both?
The only thing about our midfield at the moment is it feels like we're really light. It feels like if we want to rest Rice and Zubamendi, Norgard plays, and then I don't really know who makes up the other spots. Like it could be Havertz, but he's not entirely fit. And then I don't know what else there is after that. So I'd maybe go Eze over Martinelli, possibly.
It might free up a midfield spot if Norgard plays centre-back.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, God knows who plays in midfield if he's in defence. I'd go Eze, yeah, if it was an Arsenal one.
Yeah, I'm changing my mind. I'll go Eze.
Convinced you.
Yeah.
Ryan, Thiago and Hall out. Ekatike, Ait Nouri in. Stuck on the captaincy. Haaland, Semenyo, Ekatike, Szoboszlai. Check out the poll, Ryan. See who you wanna take on there.
Sobo's number one at the minute, 47%, followed by Haaland, 22, Semenyo, 17, and 13% are going other. Very split, but Sobo is a fan favourite at the minute.
It's going to be good if I bring in Szoboszlai to
you can curse him.
Bring in Szoboszlai to cover him, but still the captaincy will kill you as well. On the captaincy poll, Semenyo, Szoboszlai, Haaland. Do you think Szoboszlai plays the most minutes out of all of them?
Depends if you get him that Haaland start. I think he personally starts Newcastle. No, I've got nothing to back it up. It's just a gut feeling. I think he starts Newcastle, and I have a feeling that Zobo's due a benching. I know he's super fit. I know he plays anywhere that Slot wants him to, but surely he's going to get a rest soon. He plays every minute. He's going to be tired. His legs will give up.
Oh, do you know what? I thought then it's not even the right day. I thought a Man City lineup had come out, but it's someone retweeted the Manchester City Academy lineup. Heskey starts. Tough on Cap. S. Harley. Tonic member. Cheers for super chat, mate. What do we reckon on Alisson and Frimpong's minutes? I mentioned Alisson's minutes earlier. Like, I don't know. I would have just assumed that Alisson starts too, but I listened to a Liverpool podcast earlier. Anfield Talk or Anfield Rap. I can't remember which one it was. They reckon Alisson might get a rest because there's just not any other opportunities for the backup to play. But Frimpong, is it a start and a sub appearance?
He's only just back from injury, isn't he? So I'd have thought he wouldn't play both. Oh, but he could play right wing. They might decide to play him right wing. I going to my head, I'd say he starts one.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one start and one sub appearance just coming back from injury. I think it'll be a right back as well. I wouldn't swap my keeper from Donnarumma to Alisson either.
No, I think that's unnecessary.
I'll try and pick out Pick out ones we haven't seen. There's a lot. And there's another one saying it will Eza play too. I'm just looking at an Arsenal prediction, and it has got Eza in the predicted lineup in midfield, and it's actually got Trossard left wing, not Martinelli. But this is just someone's prediction. What do you think of this? The 1 week punt on Mosquera for Saliba.
I think it stinks. I think I'd rather a Cambo.
Really? You'd rather Cambo? Oh, man. I actually, if I had the money for this one, I would actually do it. I think he's definitely going to start Mansfield. You'd hope that that's a clean sheet. And then if you get lucky and Saliba's injury ends up being a little bit worse, I think you could end up with a nice price rise and a cheap defender from Arsenal. So I don't mind that. I would do it if I had more than 3.1 for my defender. Guardiola didn't mention anyone other than O'Reilly. Not much. Yeah, I listened to the Man City talk from Pep, and it was useless. Didn't help at all.
As always.
Steve Ricks, anyone fancy captain in Eza? You didn't even know whether to bring him in, mate. You set on captaining him. You've
convinced him to bring him in, and now he wants a captain.
Good evening, Miss Snoopy. Another captaincy one. It's split. I think we don't need to talk captaincy anymore. I don't think there's a standout. I think you take your punt, don't you?
Yeah, it's definitely a week to punt. I feel like you're gonna get hurt anyway if you go for like an obvious one. So
it's a cup week. It's a cup week. It's like it is really hard to predict. Like you say, like Szoboszlai plays every game, and if you had to choose one person who would be like now to play loads of minutes, it would be him. But at the same time, when is the guy going to get a rest? Last FA Cup, he was suspended the match before it, and there was a bit of a rest in between as well, wasn't there, for some of the other games?
You can see that he's tired. He only averaged 5 points a game last week. Normally averages about 7 or 8. So you can see that the quality is dipping. He's ready for bed.
And he also braided his hair so that he was more aerodynamic as well, because he's flagging a little bit where he's played so many minutes.
Exactly. He's due a rest.
Cal DC asking, is there any Liverpool leaks? We've got 20 minutes. I don't think we're going to get anything.
You normally get if it's like a Premier League game. I don't think you get many people leak for the cup.
No. What about if you didn't have Timber already? Would you choose Ait-Nouri over Timber?
Oh, I like Timber overall, like better. But this week, I don't know. Timber, yeah, I go Timber just because you've got him in then, and I think he's due a 0.3 rise. He's really cheap for what he is.
What was the rise on Ait-Nouri?
He's predicted 0.2.
I think you're going to get Timber any cheaper than 3.9 this season.
Yeah, it's dirt cheap, 3.9. I mean, you can just sit him in there for the rest of the season.
I think Ait-Nouri has got more chance of 2 games, but I think Timber gets this rest and then he just goes on a streak of playing loads.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tony. He's got us on the TV in his living room, it looks like. And shout out to Ben. Don't know if he's listening. He's at a children's birthday party, I'm pretty sure. So have fun. Don't eat too much cake. Max Captain. If you had it, would you play it this week? Having a look at that.
I like it this week with how wide captaincy is. At least you won't get stung. I actually think Max Captain might be the strongest booster.
I think this is the one, isn't it? Like with a split this big, I think it's got to be the one, and it kind of negates for any like bench-ins for any of the players. Like if you've got those guys that are in the captaincy poll, if you've got all of them, I think, I like it. I do like it. It's like the added bit of jeopardy, isn't it? Like that they could be benched, and you don't foul.
Then if Haaland goes off on one, at least you've got him.
Yeah, and it's not like a normal week where, I don't know, if Haaland's normally like 80% capped or whatever. Like if it ends on him on that kind of week, you feel like you've wasted it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Gentlemen, your thoughts on McAllister from T. Hayes?
Ooh. Has he been playing a lot of minutes? I'm not too sure. McAllister, I haven't really looked at him.
He has been banging goals in as well, but I'm worried that Szoboszlai's been playing 10 the last 2 games. When Wirtz finally does come back, which I thought he ruled him out of Wolves, but it sounds like he actually could be available. I don't think he will play. But as soon as Wirtz comes back, he goes 10, and then Szoboszlai's got to move probably back a spot, hasn't he? Which I think boots McAllister out of the team, I think. Unless he's going to start playing Szoboszlai out right back again, which I don't think he does when Frimpong and Gomez are available now.
Yeah, he's 4.3 as well. I feel like you can do a little bit better. I feel like I'd rather take a punt on like a Gakpo or something if you haven't got 3 strikers. Because I think if Slot is going to rotate, it could be like a Rio, Gakpo and Chiesa. And Gakpo came off about 60th, I think. So he's more rested than the others. I feel like I'd rather a Gakpo punt over McAllister if you want an extra Liverpool.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually. I don't think he's looked very good. Like, Salah's been catching all the flack because he's usually so good, but Gakpo's been pretty terrible when it comes to, like, scoring.
They've all been poo, but at least he's like 3.8 mil. Like, it's just a punt.
And there aren't any other options. Like, they can play Rio off the left, but yeah. Amelia, I'm tempted by the Eze cap now. It's not for me. It's the punt I'd do, I guess, or Neto, but I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I'm not tempted.
Sun Dream Team Mitch, give him a follow on X as well. See him on X, Mitch. Hi guys, would you do Hall to Ait-Nouri or roll? I'd do it if I had one transfer. I think that's fine. If you could do it in one.
I like it if you can do it in one. If you can do it in 2, then it's a bit dodgier.
Wilson isn't fit for this game against Southampton. I'm pretty sure I saw. If you was replacing Rofes, is it still rare? Is that if you can? What about if you can't afford that level of keeper? Would you go Hendo?
I don't even know who's that cheap.
Hendo's a bit cheaper. I had Sanchez, didn't I, for a bit and absolutely hated it. And now I'm staring at a scenario where I might think about bringing Chalobah in. So I'm going to be moaning about that possibly.
It's rough, isn't it, when you look down at all the keepers. Henderson is probably the best cheap one.
I would probably go Henderson if I wanted cheap. I can see him going far in the tournament, so
yeah, Hendo's definitely the best cheap one by quite far.
I think they will have a blank is the only thing, but with a keeper you just stomach it, don't you? I think in 29.
Definitely Hendo.
Viva Cunha.
Ooh.
Says Szoboszlai will be benched tonight. That's just
I hope so. So it doesn't look like I'm chatting shite.
I must say that's just his opinion now. I don't think he's a reliable leaker. I don't know. I said to you, didn't I? That one of the things that could come into it is that 120 minutes possibly if it's tight. So a lot of these players, if they are benched, they could still feature. Is a possibility. Lock your teams in.
Yeah,
we've got. I'm saying lock your teams in. Mine's not locked in. Damn.
Decided what you're going to go for.
I think I've got to get Szoboszlai at any cost, I think.
Get a poll up for the cheap defender. Let the stream pick.
Fergie's in the chat on his way to Old Trafford with his boys for a stadium tour tomorrow morning. Last of the big six. Great stream, lads. He's fibbing, Fergie. I think he's after a new club to support once Spurs go down. Scouting out his new potential club. Max captain would be a saviour. It feels like lots of Aït-Nouri lots of Lewis Halls out to. Oh, here we go. Andrew Francis. Best Lewis Hall replacement. I have 3 million in the bank, so can pretty much choose anyone. Sorry, I thought 3 million in the bank. I thought he meant he had 3 million to choose his replacement.
Oh yeah. I thought that as well.
Because that's what I've got. 12 minutes to deadline. I think I'm going to take Sarr out to just get Szoboszlai in and cover my ass. Seeing these captaincy numbers. And I'm not willing to sell Salah, Ekatike, Haaland, Gordon. I could sell Saka, but I want him next week. I feel like my front six stays like this for next week, maybe other than Gordon. And I'm not selling Semenyo. So that means I probably will sell Hall. And I've got 3.1 million, which is nothing for a replacement. So... you know what? Here's a good point, actually. Yeah, I said Canvo. Nudge Unit was actually one of my comments as well on my pod, and he said go Canvo. I'm looking at Canvo or Chalobah, which is horrible. It's really horrible. What do you reckon?
Get wing Udge and go with Canvo.
We trust in Nudge.
You can be it together then. You can hug each other if it goes wrong.
Canvo. T-Hayes saying Canvo as well.
I think we've completely just skipped that person's question as well about the 3 mil on top of Hall.
Well, if you've got 3 mil on top of Hall, you can get anyone, can't you? It's like
yeah, isn't it? If I were going to suggest it, it'll be Aït-Nouri, Nunez or Van Dijk. But one of those three.
My vote is Aït-Nouri. Dream Team Tonic. James. I've heard of him. I think he might be reliable. Says that Rio and Gamoa starts tonight. You bring him in?
James related to Indy Callier, though? I don't think that's...
No, yeah. Yeah, actually, that's a point. He goes to Indy Callier for his reliable sources.
I won't be touching Rio.
Oh, Fox says get Chalobah in.
Oh, come on, get a poll up. Canvo versus Chalobah.
Canvo. It's what the people want. The captaincy poll is out. Szoboszlai's won it. Haaland 25%. Semenyo 15%. Other is 14%.
Let the people pick your crap
Best
defender.
3.1 and under defender. Come on, people, help me out. Canvo, Palace, centre back. Just got to let people know. And Chalobah.
It's not very good when you have to clarify what team to play for and where to play.
He's 2 million. He's 2 million. Well, it's not even letting me do this poll. It's that embarrassing. Here we go.
I voted.
8 minutes. Locking your teams. FPL Sparta's going for Salah cap.
It's an alright one. I don't think it's any worse than some at captains.
Robert knows. Times are hard, Scott. Madueke Cup
Roberto's
punt.
getting rid of Haaland, so I think times are rough for him.
Oh, it's a different. It's not Roberto. That's
Oh, is it
Robert
not?
Hill. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, Nudge was saying not many people mentioning Salah for captain. Playing crap but still getting points. Chalobah scores if you don't pick him. That's the rules. I had a good time with Chalobah actually at the start of the season, didn't I?
Yeah, think of what he did for you.
Is it time to get sentimental? Oh, Robert Ellis, Roberto.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, sorry, Roberto. Too many Roberts about. Uh 7 minutes. Enzo
Ooh,
cap.
you might be going for Chalobah. That's
I shouldn't have.
surprising. I thought everyone would go for Canvo.
2 million though, Canvo. 2 million. Oh, Chris didn't see how the captaincy poll went. He sent the super chat earlier. If you didn't catch it, cheers, Chris, for the super chat. Sabozlai was the winner with, it was about 45%, wasn't it? I think around that.
46, Haaland 25, Semenyo 15, and other were 14.
There we go.
I'm not sure if I like Enzo Cap, but
Oh, hang on.
he's
I'll click your
Fine.
your comment there so that stays up on the screen. That's the results.
Yeah, Enzo Cap. I'm not sure if I like him, but he's one of those where if a Chelsea player is going to play two, Enzo is probably up there. He's one of them who could start to.
Is the poll binding? do I have to stick?
What are you feeling, Canvo?
Chalobah, I feel like Chalobah's going to obviously play PSG. It's terrible listening because no one's going to buy any of these players. No one's this broke. But Chalobah's going to play PSG and then the double. Is Canvo going to play 2 legs against AEK and Leeds at home? And he's only 2 million. 1 clean sheet and he's getting that 0.3.
I personally go Canvo. I think Chelsea could get pumped by PSG. could be rough.
Digne 2.7. Roberto says. I don't mind it, but they're just pants at the minute, aren't they? Pedro or Sarr to Saka. You sell any of those and make that move?
Pedro. I feel like I'm a Pedro hater. I'm just like really anti-Pedroing every question I've answered.
I had considered going Salah down to Pedro to not do a silly defensive move with Canvo. But, nah.
Four minutes. Everyone get your teams locked.
So I have to put Campo in. And I'm just looking at it. It's just funny. 1.1 mil in the bank.
This is how you're all getting info from Mr. Canvo.
Ian's allotment, Lewis Skelly at 2.6. I had looked at it, mate, but he's suspended in the FA Cup. We found out earlier today. So he had a couple yellow cards in the previous rounds. So don't pick Skelly. This is about the only game Skelly would ever get a chance to play at the moment, and he's not going to get it.
Braggers has said no love for the goat, Nathaniel Klein.
I know Munir's out, isn't he? Well, we don't know if he's definitely out, but he took a big old fall, didn't he? He could come back, but nah. You just know. Canvo's a strapping young lad, isn't he? He's not going to, touch word, he's not going to pull a muscle like Klein. I can't see him lasting very long.
I'd hate to be stuck with Cambo.
Well, have you seen Noopy's comment there? Said you're going to have Cambo for the next 5 weeks.
Yeah.
The plan is I can hopefully, well, not hopefully, but I might be able to sell Gordon eventually and then drop him down and boost him back up or something like that. But we'll see. But I've got the front 5, I think, that I want for the next 2. What we got? 3 minutes. I've got a question for you.
Another leak that Rio's starting. Sorry, what were you saying?
What are they giving us Rio and Gamoa leaks for? Nobody cares. Is he even on the game?
Well, I think he is.
Nice. Oh, the one I was looking for was that's it. The Anfield Talk. Sometimes they post a GIF of a player celebrating or something and say that they're starting, but no.
Yeah, Rio's on game 2 mil.
Here you go, James. If you're still listening, Indicalia news: Gomez and Virgil in deep talks at the hotel earlier. Bloody useless. Robert said about possibly bringing in a Wolves defender going up 0.3, then sell next week to help your budget. I had looked at Nathan Collins as well to do the same thing, but I at least think Camvo could do all right for the next 2 with those Larnaca games and Leeds at home.
Good old Nathan Collins in game week 27.
Camvo or Nunes, I can't decide. Someone says. I've lowered the. I can't make any moves now. It's 1 minute to the deadline, but I've put the vice on Sobo and I'm capping Haaland.
Not fancy vice on Cambo.
Just for laughs.
And then get stuck with him as your captain.
Andrew Francis sends Scott, as you're doing brilliant in the season, you're up high on the second chance leaderboard as well. I'm not 2K, and that's considered high. But there is actually someone with the name S Harris, Rice Baby team name, and it's not me. I've got a clone. Time is up.
How long does it take for not only FPL to update?
I don't know. Normally we say this, and then Mike drops a message in the chat. We don't know if he's listening or not. Mike, Mr. Not Only FPL.co.uk. Oh, here he is in a 3 minutes. Get in. Cheers, Mike. He's going to be annoyed actually because a couple of days ago I asked him to do the price change update, and when he done it, I said, why have you only given Sarr a 0.2? Let's come on, boost him up. I've got him in my team. Mike controls the price changes, you see.
Send all your complaints to Mike.
But now I've sold him. Anyway. Right. We'll have a look at this in a minute.
I can tell you my moves now. Hold to Aitnori and roll, and I've captain's Haaland. And I'm very brave. Captain's Haaland.
Captain Haaland. And it might be a differential.
Hopefully. It's a nice differential if it is.
Let me just check. Yeah, Andrew in the chat. Yeah, I'm 2.1k in the second shot. I don't think that's me. What is your rank at the minute?
Overall or second shot?
Overall.
719. Not too bad. I was a bit higher, and then Sar knocked me down a couple.
I done you yesterday, didn't you? I thought you had Sar, so I was like messaging you like, yeah,
I was sending me DMs buzzing saying we've got 20 points.
We've got. Instead, I was just rubbing it in. Oh, I did that to someone the other day as well by accident with Gordon. I was like, we've got the Gordon Hall, and they didn't have it. Horrible guy. Where are we at?
What you deserve anyway. You've got Kangaroo in your team.
If anyone's still left, actually, there's 350 of you still left. There's only 69 likes. So come on, just smash that button. It'll bring you good luck for the game week. Let's refresh, not only FPL. I'm sure the
costing nothing. Smash that like and subscribe. We're actually close to a milestone, aren't we?
Yeah, let's have a look. I can't see from this screen where we're at for subscribers, but we were like 2,990 something.
We're less than 100 away from 3,000.
Come on, guys, help us get to 3,000. I'm just waiting to see what the most transferred players are. I've got a feeling Camvo's going to be up there.
You might actually be the only one in the top 1,000 with Canvo.
Top 1K ownership. Any Camvos about? Most transferred.
Supreme differential. You might actually have convinced one or two to go with you.
I didn't say don't try this at home. That's what I was supposed to add that.
Dream Team Professor Effect, Canvo, owned by 10 people.
Canvo is not in the top 50 players in the top 1K. Right, most transferred in is updated. Everyone, we're reading this from not only FPL.co.uk. In fact, can I screen share it and still have both of us on the screen? It'd be good to share the work.
I'm a socks on manager.
Is he most capped? Is he?
Haaland 32%
in the top 1K.
Yeah.
Right, guys. This is not only FPL.co.uk. If you go to the Sun Dream Team tab here, if you've never used it before, all totally free. You can have a little look through some of these stats. In the stats and in the graphs and charts bit. So most transferred into the top 1K for game week 27. Virgil van Dijk.
I wasn't expecting that. I think a lot of people are wanting 2 starts.
Ekatike, Saka at 14% or 14.7% is surprising, I think. I don't necessarily think this is...
Especially when he's probably only going to get 1 game.
I think next week, though, people want him in. It's why a couple of people had said to me, like, why don't you take out Saka this week or why don't you take out Salah this week? But I kind of feel like at least if I've got this front 5 that I want, it's less damaging. It's less damaging having Canvo against the Hall, I think, than not having Szoboszlai. Stark's in the chat, having a cracking season. Stark FPL, he's on X as well.
Who's he captained?
He's had a leak that Salah is starting, so hopefully it's accurate.
He's in the cartel. It explains everything.
Robert, can't believe more haven't gone Canvo. Yeah, how is Canvo not in this? Mike, can you just double check that the site is working okay? Because surely Canvo's got to be in the top 1K ownership, surely. I haven't even checked if he's got a price rise yet. Right, who's come out in the top 1K? Lewis Hall, 18.8% taken out. Bruno Fernandes, obviously, with his blank. Munoz, obviously, with his injury. And Rodgers, just because he's been terrible.
Don't surprise me any of that.
Fergie's gone for
Fergie's
the
in the chat. Yeah,
Sabozlai
captain's
cap.
up.
Captaincy.
You're not gonna like it.
Why?
Because Zoboslai's quite high. So you put him in, he's still going to hurt you.
Yeah, but I'm protected now. You know who's not on that list? Saar.
True.
But I bet my team value's even worse now. I've taken out Saar.
What surprised me, Semenyo's only 5.5% because all our private polls have got Semenyo quite high.
Semenyo was there's a fantasy football hub group chat and he was quite high on that. And he was high in our Discord as well. Sabozlai 29.3. Haaland at 32. How do you feel about that? Not bad, is it? Have a little differential.
It's good for rank climbing and it's also good for protection. If Haaland doesn't do much, then I'm with the majority. So it shouldn't hurt too bad as long as Zoboslai keeps quiet. Ekatike 15% surprising, I think.
And Salah at
Because
9.
I think he'll get benched.
I'd have rather captained Salah than Ekatike, I think.
Yeah, get some dodgy pens.
Fergie taking out João Pedro. Taking his 0.3 rise out.
I'm not just a Pedro hater then.
Actually, you know Fergie's made of money. He's taken out a Pedro 0.3 rise and a Saar 0.2 rise. He's not bringing Canvo, is he? He told me not to do it either. Starks had a leak that Ekatike's benched. Is it a Gakpo centre forward job?
I hope so, because I've actually told a few people to go Gakpo, and I think they have. So I feel really bad if he doesn't do anything this week.
Let's have a quick look at price changes. Rare with the 0.1. Timber up 0.3. You can look at the predicted price changes as well on FPL if you didn't know. Gabriel 0.1. Canvo stayed the same, 2 million. 1 clean sheet. Come on. He could go down as a little bit of a legend in my books, I think. Streets, 3 consecutive clean sheets. He could go into the streets, won't forget. Category. Semenyo up 0.1. Saka stays the same. Gordon stays the same. Sabozlai stays the same.
I've had a very good week for price changes.
Down 0.3 for Haaland. Up 0.2 for Ekatike. And Salah stays the same as well.
I think I've gained 0.19 value this week. I won't be touching Canvo anytime soon.
Just laughing at that. Starks says streets won't forget Saka middle bins. He liked that. his goal against Brighton, you don't save them, do you? Straight middle bins. Right. I think that's a wrap. We'll be recording on Monday evening for the usual pod for a Game Week 28 preview. If you do want to join us live for that one, YouTube channel members and Patreon members, tune in live with us for that one. And it comes out usually on a sort of Wednesday for everybody else. So if you want that early access or to join it live, hit the join button. You also get access to our Discord community of over 100 Dream Team managers, chatting on a daily basis, giving you tips like, don't buy a Canvo. What are you doing? But yeah, there's usually good advice in there. Cheers, Connor. Good luck.
Yeah, cheers for having me. Good luck as well.
Our teams are fairly similar. Is our only difference now? You've got an Ait Nori differential and I've got a Canvo differential. Is that it?
Yeah, Ait Nori versus Canvo, and I think the rest of the team might be the same.
Let me just got a question there from Starkey, just asking how much is it to join. Let me just double check, because basically, real talk, Patreon is cheaper. Patreon is cheaper. It comes with tiers, and every tier you can get into the Discord. So the cheapest tier, I should know really. Hang on. For £2.50, that's the cheapest tier on Patreon. And you get the access to the Discord, and you get early access to the pods. Join us for the live streams for £2.50 plus VAT. Sorry. So it's the cheaper way to do it is to do it through Patreon. But the probably easier way, if you're watching, is to just press join. But I think that's about a £5. I can't remember off the top of my head. Patreon.com.
It's cheaper than a meal deal. You can't go wrong.
Do you know what it's not as cheap as? Canvo.
We're going to need some Canvo sound effects now.
Is Canvo a guaranteed starter? We hope so. Started the last 4.
That won't be good if you get a benching.
There's nothing to lose. Right. Cheers, everyone. Bradders, hang on. Are you waiting 2 minutes to see if Szoboszlai's benched?
I think it's an hour before, isn't it?
Yeah, we must have done the stream. I'm sure we did the stream last round of the FA Cup.
Like quarter term, then it didn't happen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we were watching them go down the tunnel, and no one actually came out in the end of use.
Yeah, we're waiting for Chelsea Friday kickoff, I think.
Yeah, let's go and have the surprise. Cheers, everyone. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Smash the subscribe.
Bye, everyone.